guitar travellers, and welcome to another episode of Just Shred, I Am the Law. On this week's episode of Just Shred, we've got a rather nifty arpeggio sequence to show you, so let's just dive straight into it and learn how to play this bad boy. Let's rock! Before we begin, here is the inevitable plug for my website. It's www.rowanjparker.com, a great guitar site with lots of free resources. There's backing tracks, there's lessons, there's a subscriber exclusive area which you can get access to if you stick your email address in the subscribe box, hit subscribe, and you get even more free and exclusive content not available anywhere else. There's also a store where you can buy things, and you can also book Skype lessons directly with me through the website. So if you want some one-to-one help, please feel free and contact me. Alright, let's get right down to it. Let's show you how to play these arps. Let's begin by discussing the chord sequence, the chord progression, and it's a very simple and common chord progression. It's E, and then B, and then D, and then A. So I'm sure you've heard that before, and we're just playing the arpeggios of those chords. So let's dive straight in and show you the first arpeggio, which is E major. Sounds like this one. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and give you the notes. Notes for E major arpeggio: E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, and on the descent just reverse, G sharp, E, B, G sharp, E, B, G sharp, E. Alright, and let me see, verbal tab, low E12, low E16, A14, D14, G13, B12, high E12, high E16, and on the reverse, obviously just backwards, we've got high 16, high 12, B12, G13, D14, A14, low E16, and low E12. And the digitation I'm using here is 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4, and on the reverse, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1. Alright, so it's a very common standard E major arpeggio shape, I'm sure you know it. Let's talk about the right hand, because this is where things get interesting. It's the whole sweeping thing, so let's go and show you the right hand, alright? So, start with an upstroke. Up, down, 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 up, and then on the reverse, down, up, 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 down. Alright, so start with an up, which is a bit unusual. You see how that's going to work rhythmically? 1 yanda, 2 yanda, 3 yanda, 4 yanda. So that sort of motion, and that motion is the same for all the arpeggios in the sequence. So that deals with the E major arpeggio. Let's go and look at the next one, which is the B. Alright, so here is our B major triad. Let's have a listen. Alrighty, now this one doesn't start on the root, it starts on D sharp, which is the major third. So we've got D sharp, F sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp, B, excuse me, D sharp and F sharp, and on the reverse, obviously just the same thing backwards, F sharp, D sharp, B, F sharp, D sharp, B, F sharp, D sharp, right? Verbal tab for this one, we have low E11, then low E14, then A14, D13, G11, B12, high E11, high E14, and then just reversing, which I'm sure you can figure out. So alright, digitation, 1, 4, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1, 4, on the reverse just backwards, 4, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 4, 1. The tricky thing you need to watch out for is this annoying little finger roll that the fourth finger needs to do between the low E and the A. So you've got to make sure you don't move the finger separately, otherwise you won't get it to sound legato, and you certainly won't get it up to tempo. You've got to try and roll the pinky, which it doesn't want to do. It freaking hates that, so as you'll notice when you try and do it. So that's the key skill in that arpeggio, get that pinky roll together. And rhythmically it's the same, semiquavers, and the picking is the same. Alright, so let's go into the next arpeggio, which is D major. Now you will probably just realise that the D major arpeggio is exactly the same shape as the E major arpeggio we covered previously. It's this one. So I don't think I need to go through the fingering, and I won't go through the notes this time. So that's the note of D, root position. But I will give you the verbal tab, alright? So we have low E10, 14, and then A, 12, D12, G11, high B, beg your pardon, B10, high 10, high 14, and then obviously just reversing, high 14, 10, B10, G11, D12, A12, low E14, low E10. Alright, and that deals with our D major arpeggio. Now let's tackle the last arpeggio, which is A major. It has exactly the same fingering as the B major arpeggio, so I won't go over that, but I will give you the verbal tab for it, alright? So, starts on Louis 9, Louis 12, A12, D11, G9, B10, high 9, high 12, and then obviously reversing on the descent, high 12, high 9, then B10, G9, D11, A12, Louis 12, and then Louis 9. Again, the tricky bit is this finger roll, which none of you will enjoy trying to do, because certainly I didn't enjoy trying to learn it, so if I didn't enjoy it, why should you? Okay, that covers all 4 arpeggios. What I'll do here is I'll play them super slow for you, and if you're still thinking, oh my god, this is a mountain of notes and I'm never going to remember all this, remember you will get tablature for all the episodes of Judge Shred Returns once the series is complete, and I'll make it available on the subscriber exclusive area of my website, so get subscribing to the site. Alright, here it is, super slow, let's have a listen. Now the only thing to watch out for with the right hand is to ensure that it is in fact sweep picking. You're doing that as one continuous stroke, downstroke or upstroke, and does not start to become separated, individually articulated little downstrokes. So if your picking looks like this, watch carefully, then that's not sweep picking, that's just a bunch of downstrokes, or like this. Again, it's just a bunch of upstrokes. It's got to be one motion. We should have a real sort of push and pull. Often find that in this case the plectrum will move a little bit, tends to tip up and down a little bit, and also keep the right hand very relaxed, because if you're tense when you sweep pick it will sound awful. Okay, let's demo it one last time. Here we go. Okay, that concludes another episode of Judge Shred. Hope you enjoyed that one very much. It's a little bit complicated, but I'm sure you'll get it. And panic you not, because tab for this episode will be available very shortly from the website. Apart from the website, you can get my material on SoundCloud, that's Rowan-Parker. There's lots of backing tracks up there which you can download. There's also quite a bit of my music you can listen to if you feel so inclined. And what else can we tell you about? YouTube channel, of course. If you haven't subscribed already, get subscribing. And there's over 200 videos there now. It's a lot of material covering all sorts of different subjects. You can also get me on Facebook and on Twitter. I have a Facebook page you can like, and if you want to join the Twitterati, follow me on Twitter, please feel free. Alright, well that will do. I'll see you next week for another episode of Judge Shred. Here's the law. How many times do I need to say it? Here's the law. Until then, farewell.